Welcome to True Life Lessons. Today we follow James on a transformative journey to discover the 7 ancient rules of true wealth. Meet James, a 24-year-old man drowning in the depths of despair, surrounded by the crushing weight of poverty and constant failure. Every single day was a struggle for survival, as unpaid bills piled up high and his empty wallet mocked his dreams. He felt completely invisible in the bustling city, watching others succeed, while he remained stuck in a cycle of endless defeat. Seeing his deep sorrow, his wise grandmother approached him gently, offering a glimmer of hope that would change his entire destiny. She spoke of a legendary sage named Atome, who lived deep within the ancient forest and held the secrets to wealth. Driven by a desperate need for change, James packed his meager belongings and decided to seek out the wise sage immediately. He stepped into the vast wilderness, leaving behind the noise of the city to find the answers that had always eluded him. The journey was arduous and demanding, testing his physical limits as he climbed over mossy rocks and navigated through dense thickets. Finally, after days of searching, a humble wooden hut appeared in a clearing, exuding a sense of profound peace and silence. There sat Atome, the sage, meditating with an aura of tranquility that seemed to silence the wind and the birds around him. James fell to his knees, begging the sage to reveal the shortcut to riches so he could escape his miserable poverty. The sage opened his eyes slowly, offering a gentle smile, and invited the weary traveler to sit and drink some tea. Atome explained that true wealth is not just gold and silver, but a mastery of 7 fundamental rules of life itself. He told James that he must understand these principles deeply if he wished to build a fortune that would last forever. James opened his mind and heart, ready to absorb the wisdom that had the power to rewrite his entire life story. Atome began with the first rule: discipline. Imagine a river without banks. It becomes a destructive flood that ruins the land. But when that same river is guided by strong banks, it becomes a powerful force that brings life and abundant harvest. Your mind is like that river. Without the banks of discipline, your energy and talents are scattered and wasted on distractions. James realized how many times he had failed simply because he could not control his impulses or stick to a plan. Discipline is the bedrock of all achievement. You cannot build a skyscraper of success on a foundation of sand and laziness. To master your destiny, you must first master your daily habits. Small acts of discipline lead to massive long-term victories. He learned that freedom is not doing whatever you want, but having the power to do what is necessary for success. The second rule is valuing time. Gold lost can be found again, but time lost is gone from your life forever. Even the richest king cannot buy 1 extra second of life. Time is the most precious currency you will ever possess. James looked at his watch and felt a chill. He had wasted years complaining instead of using his time to build. Poor people sell their time for money, but wealthy people invest their time to create systems that generate value and freedom. Treat every hour as a seed. You can either eat the seed now or plant it to harvest a forest later. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. You must respect the process of time and use every moment with purpose. From this moment forward, vow to never kill time again. Use it to sharpen your skills and expand your mind. The third rule is focus. Do not be like a seed scattered by the wind, landing nowhere and achieving absolutely nothing. Instead, be like an arrow. Gather all your energy and aim it at a single target to penetrate through any obstacle. Mastery demands total concentration. You cannot be great at everything, but you can be the best at one specific thing. James realized his mistake was trying to chase too many rabbits at once, leaving him with empty hands and exhaustion. Just as a magnifying glass focuses light to create fire, Your focused attention can burn through problems and ignite great success. Choose one path and walk it until the end. Distraction is the enemy of greatness and the thief of your potential. Focus is not just about saying yes to one thing, but saying no to 1,000 other tempting distractions around you. The fourth rule is service. If your work only serves your greed, it will eventually wither and die like a weed. Chasing money alone is a trap. It leads to a hollow existence where you have everything but possess absolutely nothing. True wealth chases those who serve others. When you bring value to the community, money follows you as a natural result. James began to shift his perspective. He stopped asking what he could get and started asking what he could give. Be a bridge for others, solve their problems, ease their pain, and the world will reward you with abundance and respect. Water that does not flow becomes stagnant and poisonous. Your talents must flow out to the world to remain fresh and valuable. The fifth rule is gratitude. A person who counts their curses will always be poor, no matter how much they have. But a person who counts their blessings is always rich. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. James took a deep breath. For the first time, he felt wealthy simply because he had air in his lungs. Gratitude is a magnet for miracles. When you appreciate life, life appreciates you back and gives you more reasons to smile. Start every morning by listing 3 things you are thankful for. This simple habit will rewire your brain for success. Do not wait for $1 million to be happy. Be happy now, and the path to $1 million will appear. The sixth rule is continuous learning. The world is always changing. If you stop learning, you stop living and growing. Your mind is your greatest asset. Sharpen it daily with new knowledge, for wisdom is the only treasure no one steals. James realized that his poverty was not a lack of money, but a lack of knowledge and skills to create value. Invest in yourself before you invest in anything else. The return on investment for knowledge is higher than any stock market. Read books, listen to mentors, and observe the world. The more you learn, the more you earn in every aspect. Do not settle for what you know today. Be a student of life until your very last breath on this earth. The final rule is mastering your mindset. Your thoughts shape your destiny. You are the gardener of your own mental landscape. If you plant seeds of doubt and fear, you will harvest failure. Plant seeds of hope and faith to harvest greatness. You must believe you are worthy of wealth before you can ever hold it. The inner world always creates the outer. Guard your mind against negative influences. Do not let the pessimism of others poison the fertile soil of your potential dreams. James closed his eyes and saw a new version of himself. He was no longer a victim, but a creator. The sage smiled, seeing the shift in the young man's energy. The transformation had begun, not in his pocket, but inside. James stood up and bowed. He no longer needed to ask for gold, for he now carried the map to unlimited treasure. He left the forest not with a bag of coins, but with a spirit of steel and a mind of fire. Success does not come from giant leaps, but from the consistent application of these 7 rules every single day of life. Back in the city, James changed everything. He cleaned his room, disciplined his spending, and worked with intense laser focus. He served others with excellence, learned new skills nightly, and maintained a heart full of gratitude through every single challenge. Years passed, and the seeds he planted grew into a mighty forest. Poverty was now just a distant, fading memory. He stood in his high-rise office, looking at the city, but kept the old notebook on his desk as a reminder. Discipline, time, focus, service, gratitude, learning, and mindset. These were the true guardians of his empire and his happiness. Now the torch is passed to you. Do not just watch this story, live these rules and build your own legend. Remember, when you master your mind, you master your fate. The journey to wealth begins the moment you decide to change. Set your sails today. The winds of opportunity are always blowing, but only for those who are ready to catch them. Thank the teachers who guide you, but remember that you must walk the path yourself. Your potential is absolutely limitless. May these 7 lessons be the lighthouse that guides you through the storms of life to the shores of success. Thank you for watching True Life Lessons. Subscribe for more wisdom, and may your journey to greatness begin right now.